welcome Semtex, man.
What's going on, man?
What's going on? I appreciate you for coming through, man.
No, it's cool, man. Had to, innit? Had to.
Imagine it, he was on the phone walking and I'm coming out, about to drive out my house.
Yeah.
And I was talking to one of my neighbours and literally just wound down the window and I was like, yo, big man.
Yeah.
And just hit him up and he was like, yeah, he's on the phone, but I said, I'll message you a DM. Literally replied back to the DM. This was Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A couple of days later.
Literally
yeah.
that quick.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I appreciate
Most
it,
people,
man.
you message them and you might not get nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But literally straight away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Welcome, man. So today's about you. The music game, DJing, the lot. How long you been DJing now?
Years, man. It's like probably like 92 is when I I say that's when I started properly because that's when I started buying these things called vinyl.
He said he
What's that?
Yeah,
Vinyl, sorry.
exactly.
And you know vinyl list.
So it's like black pieces of brown plastic, like, and I was, I got into hip hop through my brother, and then I was doing all the dancing. I was doing hitting youth clubs and house parties and everything else.
Yeah.
And then I got sick of turning up at places and they didn't have the music we liked. So I was just like, oh yeah, it's really, really disrespectful. Like, yeah, I'll buy some records and pull up at the club with them. Like, oh yeah, play this. Like,
Yeah.
if someone did that to me today, I'd be like, And then so I started doing that. And then from there, I just love doing it. And I'll give you the very compressed story. It's like, I started doing house parties. I was at college. I was doing all the student parties. They were the best. And I started I went to university. I went to university purely so I could DJ, first and foremost. And also I wanted to do something in my family and do it for my mum and dad because.
So what did you study, sorry?
Human communication.
Okay.
So it was a degree that required the least amount of responsibility so I could DJ. That was it. My hustle was like, I need to DJ. And I knew that if I went to university, I could build a fan base and an audience through the university crowd and the students.
So repeat that again? I wanted to understand what you said just there. Please repeat that again.
Okay. So, from Manchester, from Cheetham Mill, and I knew that if I go to university, I could build a fan base and a community. It'll give me an audience where, it would help me get bigger as a DJ. I wasn't even thinking about money. I wasn't even thinking about from monetizing or anything like that. I just wanted to play. I just wanted to DJ. So that's why I went to university. But what I didn't realize at the time is that by going to university, it benefited me in so many ways. It's the best thing I could have done because doing a degree gives you discipline. You got to work towards deadlines. You got to do essays and dissertations that make sense and use of words and language. I did a degree called Human Communication. I thought it'd be easy to do, but it actually helps me from everything to this day, from moments like this to business meetings to standing on stage in front of 100,000 people. Best degree I could have ever done, like being a DJ, broadcaster, podcaster and everything else. So from being at university and doing parties and everything else, I used to speak to record labels and I was just a happy guy, man. I was just like, just send me everything and I'll promote it in the raves and I wasn't on a money flex or anything. But doing university, DJing and everything else, I learned about the music industry. I learned about marketing. I taught myself marketing because I was putting on my own raves. When you're starting out, nobody puts you on. Nobody wants to book you until you got some kind of value, right? So I put on my own raves and I was doing, because I used to do tagging back in the day and the whole graphing and everything. Like I was used to being on the streets, painting up the streets. So with this, like I was doing fly postering and I knew where to put the posters and everything else. And then as I was doing fly postering, I'd go past on the bus going to uni. And like, my logo needs to be bigger. I need to use that color scheme, not that. Or that house rave over there's got a better poster because they do it like that and It was marketing. Like it wasn't that kind of thing you can't read in a book. And any promoter, anyone who promotes raves successfully is an expert marketer because you know your audience and you know how to communicate with them. And it's a skill set that isn't really valued. It's just like you could tell a man, yeah, I'm a promoter, but yo, that guy is the next marketing exec. And it's different. When I was coming through, it was all about flyers and posting. Now it's all about how you digitally advertise, combination of TikTok, Facebook, and all of this and everything else, and Instagram ads and all of that. So now it's a totally different science. But that whole process is the best thing I ever did. It's the best come up I ever did. And that's why I always tell people, go uni. Because it's not what you learn at uni, it's what you learn by going to uni. That's what matters.
You acquire.
Yeah, it's invaluable, bro. Priceless.
But would you say it's still value for money now than when we went? I think they're paying sort of like 9K a year now. Would you say it's still worth the 28 odd grand, 27 odd grand they'll be paying now?
Bro, I just said it's invaluable. It's priceless.
Okay, so you're saying that the skills that you
I'm not really if I say that.
No,
but
no,
what I'm
of
saying
course.
is, it's like, it's invaluable. You can't, even if it's 50 grand, it's worth it. 100 grand, it's worth it. It's like you can't put a price on education. You can't. And there's ways to do it, you know, education comes in different formats. I'm not saying that university is the be all and end all, but it is a very, very good thing to do. It is a very, very dope thing. You know, you could do an OU course or whatever. You could spend your life reading books and be the most educated man. Whatever it is that you're doing is great. But for me, like, going to uni, and college and everything else is the best thing I ever did. And also, I flopped my GCSEs. I flopped, like, you know, I had to resit stuff. Like, I failed GCSE, maths and English.
Was that behavioural issues or just the fact that you couldn't grasp what was being taught?
It's a bit of both.
Okay.
I was with maths, with statistics and stuff like that. I'm just not built for it. And then when I resat English, I had a really, really good teacher who taught me about the power of language. And then, like, she basically taught me better than the teachers before. And from that point,
just of course, Manchester was where you was raised, because I can hear the accent. Was you born and raised in Manchester?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long you been in London?
I've been in London since 99. But before we get to that, the first degree that I did was finance and accounting or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I dropped out after the first year because I did it. I just couldn't, you know, like I just said, I wasn't great at maths. And then I think doing like any kind of finance course or anything like that, there's nothing you can apply it to in life. It's just numbers. I found it boring. I just found it mad boring. There's some people who are totally gifted when it comes to figures and stats and this. There's some people that, you know, geniuses, but it just wasn't my thing. I just hated sat in front of a computer just looking at numbers.